Hey YouTube, welcome back to another console review here on the Lincoln Williams Show. Before I start this video, I wanted to say two things. Number one, thank you for supporting the channel, and thank you for supporting my mini game store business, taking down orders, getting those orders out to people, and getting a little bit of extra money. So thanks for all your support for that, and thank you for supporting my mini business here in McCall. I do have a large storage unit um, filled with like multiple consoles, but I sold pretty much like almost everything. Um, so yeah, I hope I can sell more consoles here in the near future and distribute them here in McCall, Idaho, because we desperately need a video game store for a lot of our kids. But it's also important too, is that also get a job if you want to make more money. That's my dad always taught me work organizes life. That is the logic. If you don't have work, then you're just going to be lazy and all that stuff. So work organizes life and stuff like that. And I also have another announcement to make. I am planning on getting a PS5 for the next unboxing and selling my PlayStation 4 Pro. I told my dad, it's like, Dad, I really don't need the PlayStation 4 Pro anymore in the near future. I want to get a PS5. And he's like, yeah, just sell that, replace it with the PS5, and everything will be all right. It is compatible with PlayStation VR 1 and PlayStation VR 2, and all that stuff. So, with those extra games, my collection will be downloaded and transported. My collection will be downloaded and transported onto my 4 terabyte hard drive that will be installed in the PS4 this week, and I will start downloading the PlayStation Plus games, the PlayStation Plus Premium catalog. I will be ready for the PS5, and I will, be gaming with my brothers again. I just wanted to test out another platform to see if it was better. And some of it was, and some of it wasn't. And I was missing those exclusives like God of War, Spider Man, and God of War, Spider Man, and Final Fantasy VII, and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, I'm looking forward to those games on the PS5. So yeah, yeah, so let's begin with my backstory on the PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5. PlayStation 4. The PlayStation 4 I got in 2015, but when I was playing it for a really long time after work, um, at Paul's Market when it was still Paul's Market, and it transferred over to Albertsons, I I sort of had a crash in 2016 because of the PlayStation 4 console, because of two games that were really dangerous to my brain. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and Grand Theft Auto 5. Um, but it was mainly Metal Gear Solid 2 that put me in the mental hospital, and I need to get help. I need to get medicine on board so that anything like that will not happen again. But I fear that maybe it'll happen again with my mental breakdowns and stuff like that. Um, but anyways, but my wife is doing the best that she can to make sure that does not happen. Um, and Yeah, so she's been doing everything she can. She's protecting me from, the nightmares and all that stuff. She's protecting me from the nightmares that I had like almost every night in 2016. And I was trying to get better, and I had to do Christian music and go to church and just rebuild the whole brain structure of my brain and all that stuff, from collateral damage and all that stuff, because it felt like I was going backwards. And I felt like my aging was going backwards, back to age 5, and it was really scary. It was really scary. Um, because yeah, so I was watching a lot more kids shows, and I still watch a lot of kids shows with my wife. Kids shows are possibly the best and that stuff for me and my wife to enjoy and all that stuff. We're always keeping our brains healthy and stuff like that. But mainly, I got to be at work. I got to be at work talking about the food industry instead of building a video game arcade. Instead of building a video game arcade, because the video game arcade back in 2017 was successful, but it failed in 2020. The video game console arcade was a database of the history of video games, and you can walk in, play whatever you want, and stuff like that. So that's a little bit of a backstory about my mental health in video games and trying to get better and all that stuff. So, and I just started focusing more on Albertsons and food and trying to keep more ways to keep me healthy and all that stuff. And and exploring interesting foods with my wife. So, and and the second thing that I wanted to mention was I love you, honey. I love I love you, honey. I love my wife. She's an excellent cook now. She's an excellent cook now, especially with her cheesy mashed potatoes with chicken. Oh my gosh. I can't get enough of that. Anyway, yeah, so I love my wife, and I'm making her more beautiful every day, every time I get her a dress for church, not stuff. Yeah, um, yeah, she's pretty. She's really pretty, and you know, dresses dresses are more dresses are more cool than anything else. They are really cool. Not stuff. I prefer a woman in a dress, not stuff, and that's why I like the video game princesses like Aerith from Final Fantasy VII, Mary Jane Watson from Spider-Man, and especially with women with red hair in their ponytails because they remind me of my wife, not stuff. So, anyways, I love you, wifey. Thanks for watching this video and enjoying with me. And yeah, I love you. I love you. That was the daily message to my wife. And let's get on with the video. All that stuff. So, the PS4 Pro, the PS4 was a great console. It was a great console to collect for. When I heard Uncharted 4 and Fallout 4 were coming to the console, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get a PlayStation 4. And I was on the PS3. I was on the PS3 era, and I was playing like rated M games like crazy. And I was I didn't get into Ratchet and Clank all four in one. I didn't get into Ratchet and Clank because I was so focused on Red Dead Redemption and the greatness of open world games when it comes to rated M games. But now that my brain is balancing out, I kind of like rated E games now. I kind of like rated E games and rated T games and rated M just to balance it out. Um, yeah, I was playing way too much rated M games. when I transferred over to PlayStation. Um, but yeah, but anyways, the PlayStation 4 console was, yeah, the new Fallout was coming out, the new Uncharted was coming out. I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta get these games. I gotta get a PlayStation 4. And I got one. I managed to snag one. It was the Batman Arkham Knight edition, as you saw in my unboxing video and all that stuff. And then something happened. I upgraded my TV and I upgraded to the PlayStation 4 Pro because TVs were getting a lot more advanced and graphics were getting a lot more advanced. And I have an announcement to make. My next unboxing video um, is going to be the PS5. The next unboxing video is going to be the PS5 because the PS5 can play PS4 and PS4 Pro games, that stuff. So, yes, that is why I'm transferring to the PS5 because the PS5 has one of the greatest exclusives yet. Goes to Tsushima was one of them. That is a good game. I'm going to show off my game in this video. I'm going to show off that game, what it looks like, and that stuff. So you're going to probably have to research the gameplay, but I'm going to show you the case. Let's let's see what else. God of War, like God of War and Spider-Man. The PS4 gave us Spider-Man, God of War, Final Fantasy VII, and The Last of Us Part Two. Um, The Last of Us Part Two was like, I mean, that game. It kind of spooked one of my friends. One of my best friend, Christopher Nickel. It's The Last of Us spooked my friend Christopher Nickel, my best buddy Christopher Nickel. We still hang out, but he had a night terror when he played The Last of Us Part One. So I don't think he's gonna play like Resident Evil or The Last of Us Part Two. I don't think any of my autistic friends should be playing horror games. I don't think so. Um, and the PS4 brought us a legendary hardcore. It brought us a legendary hardcore video game called Bloodborne. Bloodborne is like you can just like face your nightmares. It's all about facing your nightmares and that stuff. And that game is perfect to play on Halloween. Um, yeah, it's a Souls game, but you can also play it on PS5. So, yep. So, yeah. So, anyways, enough dilly dally on the tick on the enough dally on the talkie. Like I'm talking too much. Let's show off the PlayStation 4 Pro in this review. So here is the PlayStation 4. Here is the PlayStation 4 Pro. Yes, here is the PlayStation 4 Pro and all that stuff. You can stand it on its side. Oh my gosh, that works nicely. Yeah, you can stand it on its side. It's not going to go anywhere. So here's the PlayStation 4 Pro. That stuff. It has there's rubber feet on the back. There's rubber feet on the back to keep it in place. There's rubber feet on the back to keep it in place. And here is the front of the console where you find your two USB ports and a your power button and your eject button and your disc tray slot for Blu-rays and PlayStation 4 games. Now on the back of the system, you have your, let's see, your PlayStation camera connector, your HDMI connector, your power cord connector, and a LAN port, and a USB port, and all that stuff. So that is what the inside of it. And you see this part? You see this part right here? You see this part right here? That is a hard drive slot. That is a hard drive slot. So what you need to do when you want to improve the SSD performance of this thing, if you want to upgrade it from an HDD drive to an SSD drive, is to pop this guy out and take the hard drive out, and uh, you install an SSD within the PS4 Pro, and it'll allow you to oh, and it also has optical audio out for your headsets. So I'm going to show it to you a little close up here, so you can see all the connections and that stuff. So yeah, so that's the PS4 Pro. It's a beast. And yeah, this thing is large. It's like a Oreo cookie. It's like an Oreo cookie stack. It's like an Oreo cookie stack. So triple stack Oreo cookie, nut stuff. So that's how I explain it, nut stuff. So yeah, that's the PS4 Pro and all of its glory. And so yeah, that is the console. And here is the most legendary controller of all time. The most legendary controller of all time that was trying to replicate the Xbox controller. And that is the PlayStation 4 DualShock controller, DualShock 4 controller. And the thing about these controllers, if you start having a problem with one of your controllers, there's a little reset button on the back on the back. So if you stick it with a hairpin or a paper clip, it'll reset itself. So that's what that's for. Little stuff. That little dot. I don't know if you can see it. That little dot right there above the screw. So, but I haven't had any problems with my PS4 controller yet. Here is the light bar and all that stuff. Here's the light bar itself. So here's the light bar itself. Here is your touchpad plus select screen. So your select button. And that stuff. That's your select button. And this is your start. So here's the funny thing. When my dad was trying to play PS4 Pro, my dad was trying to play PS4, he didn't know what the select button was. And he didn't know what the pad was. And when we were playing Fallout 76 during the pandemic, um, so yeah, so you got your L. So that was a funny story. So you got microphone, your microphone jack right there, and you got your microphone headset jack, and there's a little microphone, not the microphone. That's in the DualSense controller. Uh, you got your speaker, so some games will talk to you, and so yeah, you got your circle X, triangle, square buttons, and your D-pad and your analog sticks. So, anyways, yeah, and it takes micro USB. But the thing is that these controllers will die. So I highly recommend that you go with a wired controller if you start having problems. That stuff. So yeah, so you got your two triggers that I mentioned before in my unboxing of the Batman Arkham Knight edition of the console. So yeah, so anyways, how many minutes do I got? Oh, 19. Anyways, this is going to be a long video. I'm sorry, but I just had to do my backstory. But anyways, you got your two analog triggers that feel nice and all that stuff. And you got your share button so that you can do video recordings on YouTube. But I deleted all my recordings on YouTube because I didn't think they were important anymore. As long as these talk show hosts keep going. right, YouTubers? So, anyways, that is the controller in all of its glory. Man, I love these triggers. That stuff. I love these triggers and I love these buttons. And the thing is about the PS5 is I'm going to go nuts over the triggers because they are haptic feedback triggers. No stuff. They're haptic feedback triggers, and I'm going to go nuts over them when I get a PS5. Not stuff. So, here are the games. Here are the games that are exclusive to the PS5, to the PS4. So, PS4 has another PS4 game. So, yeah, so the PS4 had a good chunk of games. And the first on our list is a PS4 exclusive to the PlayStation VR. And that is, I don't have a PSVR yet, so I'm going to probably get one, a PSVR 1 for the PS4 and the PS5. So I can play this in VR mode, and that is Rise of the Tomb Raider. Rise of the Tomb Raider sets you in Lara Croft's shoes in her next adventure, and it takes place in the snow, and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. And who doesn't love Lara Croft? I have a fake crush on Lara Croft. But anyways, yeah, she's the most iconic video game character of all time. No stuff. So there's Rise of the Tomb Raider. Oh, yes. The game that got me a PlayStation 4, but I have not beaten yet. And I'm so excited to be playing this game again once I get around to it is Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4 is my favorite PlayStation 4 game of all time, based on the puzzle mechanics, the Indiana Jones mechanics, and your whip. You use your whip across the islands and you traverse and you climb and you fight pirates, and it's just a magical game. Magical game. I love this. And you get into shootouts with pirates and all that stuff. And with bad guys and all that stuff. It's a lot of fun. So Uncharted 4, a lot of fun, but I haven't played it yet. I haven't beaten it yet, but I have played it. It's a lot of fun. My favorite open world superhero game, Spider-Man. Let's be honest. I have a crush on Mary Jane Watson in this game. I love her to death. She reminds me of my wife and all that stuff. And just I love my wife and I love Mary Jane Watson at the same time, and I would save her every day in New York City and all that stuff. And I can't wait to beat this game. And all that stuff. So yes, I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man. I can't wait to play Miles Morales when that thing comes in the mail on PlayStation 4 and all that stuff. So yeah, very good game. Play it. Love it. Enjoy it. It's a fantastic game. Go pick it up. Uncharted Lost Legacy is a sequel to Uncharted 4, where you play as female characters, and all that stuff in the Uncharted universe. I don't know about much about this one, but it didn't get a lot of love for some reason. But it had the same traversal on it as Uncharted 4. But Lost Legacy is still a lot of fun, and it's on the PlayStation 5 collection of the Uncharted games, and that stuff. So yeah, a lot of fun. And here we have the trilogy of Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 on the PS4. These games were legendary when I played them. These games were legendary when I played them. So, yeah, I love these games so much. And I haven't beaten Uncharted 1. I haven't beaten Uncharted 1 or 2 yet. So, I have beaten the third one. It was much shorter, but the first one and second one were a lot more longer in their pacing and all that stuff. So I love Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. It's one of the greatest. Street Fighter 5. Who doesn't like a good Street Fighter game for the PS5? I love Street Fighter 2 Turbo with Ryu and his Hadoukens. I almost wanted to record this game on PS5 because I was addicted to it so much, and that was Skyrim. Clocked in at 413 hours on PS3. I had no life back then. Oh man. Infamous Second Son. Um, Infamous Second Son is a good. Sorry, I'm getting the chuckles. Infamous Second Son what is a good superhero game where you deal with fire magic, and it's a lot of fun in the city. And it's a lot of fun in the city with fire magic, and you get to like blow people up with fireballs and fire whips and all that stuff with your fire chains and all that stuff. It's a lot of fun. So, Infamous Second Son, good game. That stuff. Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn is one of the best open world. I gotta say, it's the best um, open world kill robots type of game. Where you hunt robots, and all that stuff, and yeah, where you hunt robots, and it's a lot of fun. It's a good game. Yeah, it's a good game. I didn't get into it as much, but I think I'll get into it in Horizon Forbidden West for PS5. So I could pick it up on PS4, but I think I'm going to go for the PS5 version. But all these games are playable on PS4. So yeah, I am getting a 4 terabyte hard drive in the mail. So It Takes Two. It Takes Two is the best third party game, and it's a really good game for husbands and wives to get together and play a little bit of PS4 from now and then. It requires 2 players, so you better have 2 controllers. It's a lot of fun. I don't know what this game is about, but me and my wife have to play it. And my best man Christopher, gave us this game for our wedding present, and so it's a lot of fun. So I haven't even opened it yet, so I don't know what's inside. So it's called It Takes Two. You got to play it. It's one of the best co-op games ever made. Okay, here's the big one that I mentioned earlier. Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is the best open world PlayStation game of all time. You control a samurai through the Mongolian War. You're trying to take back their land and free the people. You know, stuff from bad from the Mongolians against the Chinese. This was a really good game. I played it, and it's a lot of fun. And I unboxed it during Christmas time, and I didn't play it. I didn't manage to play it, but it's good. So I love Ghost of Tsushima so much. Me and Brandon are Ghost of Tsushima enthusiasts, and we like to talk about the game every day at work and all that stuff. And this game gets kind of violent though, so but I can't see the blood that much. So because of my one eyeball, I can't really see details that well. So the blood is dark in this. It's not that red, kind of thing. It's black and stuff. But anyways, yeah. But still a good game. Highly recommend it. Go pick it up on PS5 or PS4. But I think I'm going to pick my PS4 version and download it onto my 4 terabyte hard drive on the PS5. So yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, really good game. The game, the game that excited me for 2020, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Final Fantasy VII Remake is the best Final Fantasy game like I played like in 2020. It was the best Final Fantasy game in 2020. I loved it so much. I loved the character Aerith. Can you tell I'm a girl lover in this life? I love girls and I love their hair and I love Aerith and all that stuff because she looks like my wife and all that stuff. And yeah, I love Aerith in Final Fantasy VII, and I'm so glad to be Amelia's knight in shining armor in in this world. So I'm my wife's protector and all that stuff. So yeah, Final Fantasy VII remake is a blast. Go play it. I love it and all that stuff. So yep. Last but not least, my wife. My wife on Valentine's Day. My wife on Valentine's Day when we were first dating in 2020. Yeah, it was in 2020. She got me a very special game that symbolizes her and her love for Disney, stuff like that. And that is Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3 is a really cool game. It's really, really cool. My wife watched the whole walkthrough of this game and that stuff. And I'm so glad that I got this in my collection and I can download it to the PS5 once I save up for a PS5. Thank you, honey. I'll be playing this with you soon. That is it. That is the PS4 showcase of all the great games to collect on the PS4. That stuff. There's also Bloodborne. Did I mention Bloodborne? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, there's God of War, there's Bloodborne, and there's Days Gone. There's a whole bunch of games to play on the PlayStation 4 Pro. I would recommending a hard drive, like a 4 terabyte hard drive, because these games are going to take up a whole lot of space on your system. Let's stuff. So what do I give the PlayStation 4 Pro? As a life lesson for playing dangerous games on this console. Yeah, it's still one of my favorite consoles of all time. Based on my love for the PlayStation 4 and going forward with the PS5. And stay tuned for the unboxing video of the PS5, soon, but I don't know when I'm going to get a PS5. So that's going to be a surprise in the future of this channel. And so the PS4 Pro. So looking at this console again. Oh, there is also that one thing that you need to know about getting a PlayStation 4 Pro in 2024, PlayStation Plus. PlayStation Plus Premium. PlayStation Plus Premium is an excellent service if you're trying to save money on video games and if you want to play a lot of video games on your collection for $17.99 a month. So PlayStation Plus Premium is like a random. Yeah, I would get PlayStation Plus Premium. So, anyways, YouTubers, I look nice today because I went to church this Sunday and I haven't switched my shirt out. So, so the PlayStation 4 Pro, is it worth getting? Is it worth getting in 2024? So, is the PS4 Pro worth getting in 2024? Well, if you're on a budget, if you're on a budget, then I would get this console to have a lot of fun with. You could also get the PS4 Slim for $100, but I'm going to sell this puppy pretty soon for $200 to my friend Brandon because he's a PS4 enthusiast. I'm going to sell my PS4 once I get the PS5, so this is going on the market once I get a PS5, but it's going to take me a little bit to get that. So, YouTubers, that includes our PlayStation 4 Pro review. Hope you liked this video. Comment, subscribe, like this video like crazy, and subscribe like crazy, and love me like crazy and every day. Nut stuff. Lovely, love me like crazy every day. That's all I ask at Albertsons, and have a wonderful day here on the Lincoln Williams Show. I'll see you guys next time on the Lincoln Williams Show episode. Stay tuned for that PS5 Slim unboxing. That's going to be a good system to unbox, and it'll replace this. So, anyways, YouTubers, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys all later in the next Lincoln Williams Show episode. Have a fantastic day, YouTubers, and I'll see you all later. All right. See you later, YouTubers. I'll be back someday, YouTubers.